Hi, my name is Khoa. I'm from Wave Plastic Surgery in Costa Mesa, and today I want to talk about the lab that we have here. So what's so special about this location in Costa Mesa is that we actually have a running lab here. We don't have to send blood samples out to a different lab. We can run everything here. It takes about 30 minutes to an hour, and we have the results ready for the surgeons to take a look at. It's nice to know a record of your patients before surgery, especially for CBC and CMP. So CBC is a complete blood count of patients, and CMP is the complete metabolic panel. Instead of just talking about it, let's go into the lab and take a look at the machines and the technology that we have there, and I'll show you around. So this is our centrifuge. What I'm doing here is I'm putting in a sample of blood. We're gonna spin it down just so we can separate the red blood cells. For this test, what we really want is to separate out the serum, and we can run labs with that. So we'll let this spin for about 10 minutes and we'll come back to it in a second. So what I'm doing right now is I'm putting in an order for lab work for one of our patients. Every patient has their own ID, so there's no confusion, no mix up with other blood. Well, this will save, it'll back up every week. We'll have the results if they need it right away or they need it later down the line. It's always in their file. Once I put in the order, it prints out a little receipt for me with a specific barcode, and I can scan it into a machine and it reads it as that specific patient. So this is our Sysmex machine. What this machine does is takes whole blood and it will count all of the blood cells in there. So basically, whenever we order a CBC, this is what the machine will order. So I've been letting this blood sit for a little bit, let it coagulate, gently mix it for about 30 seconds or so. Now it's time to run it. I will scan the barcode. I'll just place the test tube right up to the probe, press start. And that's it. Now that the testing's done, the results were sent over to the computer. All you have to do is click accept and it'll print out, and we'll have one of the surgeons or the performing surgeon review it, and that's it. So the other test that we'll run, we'll be using an Alpha Wasserman. This one is running our CMP, so our complete metabolic panel. Layman's terms, it's all of the electrolytes, glucose, iron levels, protein levels. So it's been spinning for about 10 minutes. So it's quite nice that the blood's separated out. So what we're targeting here is just that yellow serum. That's what we need for the chemistry part of our lab for this patient. So what I'm doing here, same thing with the other machine. I'm entering the patient's information, and once it's in, we can just run the blood sample. I'll put the sample in here. A probe will go down, select some samples, and a few seconds later, that's all that it needs from me. So right now the machine will do its thing. It'll take about 15-20 minutes and we'll have results ready. While the other machine's going, I'm just gonna talk about the results that we got for the CBC first. So usually for this patient, it's actually really good. Everything came out normal. The only thing I would notice is if there's any abnormal results, I'll let Dr. Lee know or the surgeon know, and then we can go, if they need to order any more testings, we can do that as well. Or if I see something abnormal, I can rerun the blood. Since we're doing it in-house, it's a lot quicker. Other than that, we have the results right here. So you saw me take some blood, we ran the samples. We had one test tube for the Sysmex, which ran the CBC, and then the other test tube we ran with the Alpha Wasserman, which was for the CMP. We looked at the results, everything was normal. Luckily, this patient was healthy, so patient's good to go for surgery. So this is why it's so important that we run labs in office. We have the results right away, let the surgeon see. And it's just an extra layer of protection for the patients and the surgeons.